Welcome to Mini Moderns. My name's Simone and thank you for joining me on my tiny corner on the miniature interweb, where we're here to think big, build small. So let's get into it. Today I'm going to be continuing working on a miniature prompt from my miniature prompt journal. This is a book that I've created. It's available on Amazon as a book or as a printable in my Etsy store. There will be a link in the description if you want to copy your own. I am not going to be sharing the prompt right now because I'm currently working on little bits of the prompt. But if you are one of my higher tiers on Patreon, I have shared the prompt quite some time ago, if you still even remember. I'm also using my Dollhouse note and sketchbook. It's a place where I jot down all of my ideas just to keep them all together. And we have been working on planters. Made the modern planter box, a wall planter and miniature succulents, but today we're going to be working on some flowers to put on the wall planter. So buckle in guys and let's get on with it. First things first, I'm going to be using some polymer clay. I'll be using Fimo soft clay and some of this clay that I got as a gift from one of my sisters. There's a huge variety of colors in here which I love. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be making petunias. Yes. This is going to be part of a two-part series. I want two types of flowers for my flower pot. So we'll be working on the petunias today, and then you have to stay tuned for the next video to see what the second set of flowers will be. So first, I'm going to make a petal cutter using the foil that you get on a tea tree candle. And I'm just going to be reshaping it so that I get the somewhat similar shape of a petal to my scale and size. I'm going to just use a toothpick to help me hold the shape and also some tweezers to help me twist and fold where I need. This is mainly so that I get the roughly the same size petal, because each one is going to be tweaked as we go along as well. It's a very intricate process, guys, but it's well worth it at the end. I did print myself a little reference picture of what a petunia looks like as well, so I definitely use that a lot and I would recommend it as well. You could also make a cane. I have played around a little bit with canes, but I'm not quite there yet. But once I have learned the technique for canes and stuff, you know your girl will be back. You know I'll be back, but for now, this works well. So this somewhat looks like a petal, but not quite the shape of a petunia. So I'm going to just tweak it a little bit more until I'm happy with it, because it's kind of got like an unusual dip at the sides. This doesn't have to be perfect, as I said. This is mainly so I get the same size for each petal. I'm just going to put some dips in the side, and then I say I'm kind of happy with that. It's time for me just to fold it so we can use it as a cutter. So now we just trim it down to size and then fold that extra piece over, because that's going to be our little handle. But before we make the handle, I'm just going to cut this down a bit. I'm just going to cut it in half because I don't need the full length of this. So I'm just going to cut a nice chunk off there. And now I'm just going to cut a little notch in the back piece so I can hold the front. And then there's a little notch. So I'll show you here. So the part that I want to be holding is the back. So I'm going to just cut off a little notch at the front here, so this part doesn't get caught on the clay when we're pressing it down. I mean, by all means, I'm sure you can buy these from somewhere, but most of you who have been with me on this journey know that I like to make as much as possible from scratch. It's just the way my brain works. I'm just like, can I make it? And I have to at least try, and it works. So now we've got ourselves a little cutter with a handle, and we can ping, 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 press into the clay. So step one, done. We have our tiny baby cutter. Look how small it is though. Just look at that. Now for the fun part, I've got my polymer clay. I've also using a foam mat. These are the kind of foams that you get in packaging and stuff. It's really good for shaping clay. And I'm using some cornstarch or corn flour to stop with the sticking, or, you know, so it makes it quite easy to manage, because this clay that I've got, it is quite sticky sometimes. There's some pieces that are just perfectly fine and others are quite sticky. So using this kind of foam mat and the cornstarch just helps it be less sticky and easy to use with the cutter. So now I'm just going to condition this and flatten it out. We want it super thin. And also, if you've got a pasta machine, go ahead and use that and run it on its thinnest setting. So this is how thin you kind of want it for your petals. But before we do the petals, we're going to work on the actual stem and the little bud. So I'm going to be using some floral wire, some really thin ones. This is going to just be a nice way to get us started. I'm just going to cut a couple of stems, so I've got a few of those to work with. Once we've got our stems cut, I'm going to be using some masking tape just to put a little bit at the top, because I just think it helps the clay stick to it better. So just pull off the smallest piece of masking tape and then just stick this around the top of the stem. And here you can see what they look like. I just stick them into the foam board. This foam board it's become my best friend whilst working with polymer clay. Trust me, guys. So now we're going to just take the tiniest piece of the polymer clay and then just wrap that around the masking tape. And that is just going to be our little bud on top of the flower. And this bud will also act as the glue to hold all the petals in place. So now I'm going to go ahead and put that on all of my stems. Stems and buds done. Now it's time for some stenciling. So now we're going to go back and use our little stencil. I'm going to add a bit of cornstarch just to make sure the stencil doesn't stick. And then just simply press our stencil into the clay. You can see the shape there. Press it down, press it down. And if it does get stuck in the stencil, you can just use a toothpick to push it through to the other side. I'd also like to mention that I use a magnifying glass when I'm working on such a tiny scale. It's so good for the eyes, guys. So I definitely suggest investing in one. So now that we've got some petals to work with, it's time to form the shape. I use this pin tool to pick them up, and then I'm just going to move and separate. So for each petal, we need 5 of them. So we're going to just pick up each petal and place them next to each other. Use your reference picture if you need a guide on how you want it to look. I'll just zoom in a little bit closer here so you can see what we're working with. It's so very tiny and cute and delicate. And now I'm going to just use a toothpick as a rolling pin just to flatten this out. Again, using this foam board, I would say, is crucial for this to stop the clay from sticking, and so you can move it and design it and style it without it falling apart. So just roll it out nice and flat with your rolling pin. I tend to move my board around, so I'm rolling in the direction of the petal just to stop it from breaking and tearing. So here we go. We just roll this out so it's really nice and super flat like this. And now to pick it up, I'm going to put a little bit of the cornstarch on the edge of my blade and then just slowly pass it underneath our little flower here. So the piece of the flower that is touching the blade, that's going to be the inside of the flower, and the top part that what we can see is going to be the outside of the flower. And this is the side that we're going to be sticking the little bud that we made earlier. The light from my magnifying glass is very bright, so it makes it hard to see, but we're just simply going to stick the bud on top of the flower. Now we can just push that down, and if you want to help with the security, you can use liquid glue as well just to stick that down. I try not to use it because it makes it a little bit too slippery for me, but it's a preference thing. So now I'm just going to use my pin tool or toothpick, whatever you've got in hand, just to shape the leaves a little bit more. I'm going to try and turn the light off so you can actually see what I'm doing. But you can see here, I am just slowly shaping and moving the leaves to get the kind of look that I want, making sure that I do have the indentation in the middle there that's going over our bud. This will also be filled in with another detail for the flower itself. But you can see already it's starting to take shape. And with petunias, they tend to have a little fold on the edge of the petal. So I kind of push it up and then fold it over at the tip of the petal just to give it that look. So I kind of push it up and then using my fingers as well to help. It's a finicky process, guys, trust me, but it's definitely worth it. And then you just kink and fold it over. The cornstarch helps here as well if your clay is soft. And then now it's just putting all the extra little details and ridges and lines. Each plant, each flower is going to look slightly different. None of them look exactly the same ever in real life. So I try to give it that look with each of these. So first, we're just going to go ahead and go around and try and get the basic shape that we're looking for. Again, I have to turn off the magnifying light so you can actually see, because it does get very bright. For me, when I'm working, it's fantastic. But for the purposes of the video, not so good, my friends, but I try. We just want to make sure that the petal is connected to the bud. And now we're going to just put that to the side whilst we work on the next part. Now it's time to make the green petals that go around the petunia and hold it up like a little cup. So I'm going to make four or five petals to go around this. I'm just going to take a little bit of clay, roll it into a snake of clay, and then just chop it up into a few pieces and then roll them up into tiny little balls. Then I'm going to use my ball tool to help shape it into a little petal, making sure to get them as thin and leaf-like as possible. And then we're going to just stick them all around our flower using that little bud that we made before as a adhesive. Our petunia is really starting to take shape now. Now it's time to add the extra details in the middle to really make it pop. You'll find that in petunias, they have a nice little central piece with some little tiny pieces sticking out. So again, I'm simply just going to use a snake of clay and have them cut into the teeny tiniest pieces so we can stick them in the center. But before we can do that, I'm going to use some acrylic paint in the color magenta to add that depth and detail in the middle of the flower. I'm using an incredibly tiny brush right now, like a micro brush, and I'm going to need the smallest amount of paint. I will leave a link in the description for everything that I've been using on this project. Just a quick interruption to give a shout out to everybody over on my Patreon. Thank you so much for being there, guys. And if you want to be part of it, remember to check the link in the description. I'd like to give a massive shout out to Suki Tabar for being part of my mini structures over on Patreon. You are a valued member of the community and I appreciate you so much. And also a massive shout out to Susan for being part of my mini founders squad. I really do appreciate you, hun, all of your support and your continued contribution to the group. It's so amazing. And also a wonderful shout out to Future Bird for being part of my mini founders squad. You guys are legendary. I appreciate you all so much. And I can't forget about my private Facebook group, Think Big, Build Small. You guys are absolutely amazing. And if you want to be part of it yourselves, check out the link in the description to be part of our little miniature community. Now, let's get back on with the video. So going back to my magenta paint, I'm going to start adding the details to the petunia. Most of petunias, they have like two tones, a little deeper dark color in the middle, along with the separation lines on each petal. So I'm going to use some of this magenta to get the shading in the middle, and then also to make some extra details on the plant itself. So if I just show you here, let me get the picture so you can see. They've got the dark color in the middle, and it's got those separation lines with the dark color. So I'm just going to paint those on and then just add some fine details. So taking my micro brush, I'm just going to add the separation lines on each petal. I then add some tiny dots and speckles just to give it a little bit more realism. Now we can add those tiny green pieces that we made earlier and then stick those in the middle, adding about 3 or 4 of them. So far, we're looking like this. Now you can go ahead and make a whole bunch of them for the first stage of baking. And I'll be putting my flowers in a planter box like this. I do have a previous video of how I made these planter boxes using grey craft board like this. So go ahead and check them out. But first, for the first stage of baking, I'm going to just be using some foil, and I'm going to be using the stems to pierce through the foil to hold them upright so they don't lose their shape, and then bake them. So with the first stage of baking done, I'm going to prep for the second stage. So I'm going to get some more foil again and make it about the size of the planter box, because we're going to wrap this with a layer of polymer clay. I'm going to be using some brown clay to represent some soil. I'm not making it a perfect fit to start with, so I can take it out as and when I need to. And I also need to add my stems. In the next video, I will be defining the soil a bit more, but for right now, we're just working on the petunias and see where they're going to go in our planter pot. I already have this pre-made mold, which I made in my succulent plant video, if you want to check that out. And I'm just going to use one of the leaf shapes on this for the leaves that we're going to add to the stems of our petunias. I just add some green clay to my leaf mold, and I use my pin tool to add some details to the leaf, just putting a line down the center of the leaf. Then I add some more angled lines so it looks a little bit more like a leaf. And then I pop it out of the mold. I just use the pin tool again to slowly etch it out of the mold so it gives it a little bit of a curve. And here is our first leaf. And now we need to make a whole bunch more. Once we've made our leaves, we're going to add some more detail to the stem. So using some more green clay, we're just going to roll this up and down along the stem just to fill it up a little bit more to make sure that we can't see any of the masking tape. And then we've got something that the leaves can adhere to. I've put some leaves on already, but I'm going to show you with this one how you do it. I use my pin tool, add the leaf to it, and then stick it to the clay on the stem. You shouldn't need any glue, but if you want, you could use some liquid clay if you want to help it grip a little bit more, but it should be perfectly fine. And here is our first official petunia, looking pretty good. Now I need to make a million more and prep them for the soil. So to add them to the soil, I'm just going to use my pin tool to make a hole and push it all the way through. I then use some tweezers to help me grip the petunia, and then go ahead and push that through the hole, making sure that the clay part touches the clay. As I said before, the soil itself will be done in the next video, but for right now, we're just going to try and place all of our petunias. Once the petunia is added to the soil, we can then add some more leaves, because a lot of petunias seem to have a lot of greeny leaves everywhere. So once it's settled in here, now you can go ahead and add some more leaf to each stem. So now I'm gradually going to build up this pot using the same technique of putting a hole in it, then adding the flower, then adding some more leaves if I need to. And I'm going to do this to about halfway. So I won't be putting this in the oven right now. I'm just going to keep on filling this till we get to the halfway mark. If you guys want to see what the finished product looks like all together, make sure you come back for the next video. If you got some value from this, comment down below and let me know what it was. Don't forget to check the link in the description for my Patreon and my Facebook, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Like, share, subscribe.